Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to the stream. I'm Zemoo. Trying out a new thing today. We're going to try to do our kanji practice on stream. So usually I'm using the Heisig method. If you don't know what that is, each kanji is made up of different radicals, different like parts. I'm not used to writing with the mouse, so hopefully this doesn't look awful. So let's call this the kanji for cat. So each of these parts, this is the kanji for dog, but it's a little like twisted dog. This is like rice field, and this is like flower, or maybe just plant life in general, fauna. Flora? Flora. Fauna is animal. Yeah, flora. So you would like learn, rice field, then you would learn dog, and then flora, and then when you want to learn cat, I guess you wouldn't learn it in this order. You would. So this is like, I believe it's seedling. It's like, the. Sorry, I got a message on my phone. So you learn rice field, you learn this, and then you go, okay, seedlings are, you plant flowers, seedlings in the rice field. It's like little, you come up with a story. And then after that story, you're like, okay, I want to learn cat. Cat is this. And you're like, okay, cats cats survive dogs by hiding in the rice field under the plants. Something like that. It doesn't have to 100% make sense, but it's just like little stories because it's for me at least, it's easier to remember that big whole story than to remember this entire picture of whatever. All right, so that's the sort of gist of what we're doing. Hopefully, I explained it well. Let's get our brush. Okay. So the first word we've got for today. Oh, so I'm like 105 behind. I've not been practicing, so I'm gonna not know all these, but it's fine. We got to catch up sometime. That's what this is for. All right. So test is this is like test like to try, not like an exam test. I should probably disambiguate it. This is to say, and then this is. I did not do that stroke order correctly. This is style. This is probably supposed to be as tall. This is supposed to be as tall as the left one, but I'm not going to get the sizes right. I'm just going to. If it looks something like this, I'm happy. I'm not going to be a super stickler about this. So you test your style by saying it out loud and seeing how people react. And I click show. Does it not update? That's annoying. How do I fix that? I don't know if this is going to work if it doesn't update. If I hide Anki and then reshow it, no? Is this like considered a different window for Anki? What if I... It is just stuck there. Okay. Properties. I'm gonna have to do like a window capture kind of thing. Well, I wish I had just, tried this at all before going live. How do I undo? Okay. But yeah, this capture is just not helping at all. What if I do video game capture for Anki, and maybe that'll fix it. Oh, that is not an option. Okay. Oh, maybe it's because I. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a display capture. Awesome. All right. So hopefully that's good enough. So as you can see, kind of looks like what test is. I'm going to give that so good. So you're supposed to answer honestly, like, okay, this was easy. Like the first thing I thought of. Uh, Good is like, oh, I kind of got it, but I had to think about it. Hard is I usually do hard is like, oh, I did this because like this is like speak and this is like say or something. It's like one is derived from the other, so it's like, oh, I knew the sentence, I knew my mnemonic, but I just like didn't have the right kanji, or like I had to think about it forever, and again, it's just didn't get it. So I'm gonna do easy, and it's not gonna give me that kanji for a little bit. Though it's a pretty new one, so it's probably still going to give it to me pretty soon. All right, so tool. It's I over workbench. Craftsman's eye is the best tool he has, or something like that. I forget what my story is. Most important tool is keeping it. Yeah. So the important thing is remembering the symbol. Like you will forget your stories, and that's fine if you remember the symbol. The stories are just like a bridge to get to the symbol. Give that easy. Crown. This is crown, but like this radical means crown, but there's something more to this. I think this is it's like probably not the right stroke order. The crown is glued to the head of the king from the beginning. Like I did not give myself enough space. Some of them are like really tough to write small. this is not how you do these so this beginning is usually not past this point. Is there a? It's like no quick way to, without knowing. Yeah, I don't know these. Typically, beginning is just this, but for this one we like extend it over, and this could be way off. No, I got it. Yeah, since the king is born into royalty, it's like the crown has been glued to his head from the beginning of life. This means measure or glue. I don't know if I should explain all these little things, because like you're supposed to know them when you're at this point, but people watching might not know them. But it's just like it sounds like incomprehensible nonsense. I'm gonna give that a good because I didn't like quite get it. Old man is suffering, so give him a flower. Believe Creek is a waterway that you can craft handmade. I sometimes like switch Heisig's around because I think Heisig actually had river as creek, but yeah, water that you can divert with handmade craft. Source. Under the cliff is the spring. Is the source of the spring. This one's a little tough because this under the cliff part gets kind of weird sometimes, but I think that's what it is. Oh, and there's water because it's the water's source. Okay, so I'm gonna give that a hard because I missed. Like I got the idea, but I missed an important part of it. So I'm gonna give that a hard, and they'll give it to me sooner because I marked it off as hard. Paragraph. So I know it involves a page, but there's something else. Does it begin? Like you begin the page? It's something about how fancy, how big and fancy the start of the paragraph is. It's not coming right to mind. Could do with the ladle? No. Can't just be big. Sometimes writing it next to it helps you learn it, helps you remember. Though you like do it in this way, that way you like it's way easier to see it written down and go, oh, I know what that means, than it is to recall it from your own memory. So you're supposed to do it sort of sight unseen. I don't remember. Craft. Dividing a page into paragraphs is a writer's craft. I always forget this craft kanji. Like I know it. It's like things that have it are just like it's just so hard for me to remember this in my stories for some reason. I'm gonna give that again because I didn't really get it. Hang on a sec. Why did that do that? Is it directed at me or just like some random? I'm so confused. I don't have the ping. Did they delete it already? I'm so. Okay. Okay, wither. Sorry, where was? Things like the flowers withered. I was thinking it'd be like. I was like the tree. Tree is old and withered. I'm not super confident in this one, but I think I sometimes like really try to figure it out. But I think the point of this is just supposed to just be quick and just like, did I get it? Did I not? Okay, I'll put good because I wasn't confident. Happenstance. This is Taskmaster. It's like, I think it's old. Like, it's no happenstance that people who have lived under a taskmaster don't get to be old or something like that. Yeah. I'll put that good. Like I kind of knew it, but I have to think. Present. It's king. Like the king is. No, wait a minute. Present now. Oh, that was close. Yeah, it's. I use my crystal ball, which is kind of the same thing, to predict the present or what I see. Yeah, you look into the crystal ball to see what's. But there's not this dot. This is like king. This is jewel. So that's why I used crystal ball. I think that was Heisig's sentence too. Sometimes I make up my own sentence. But I try to make up my own. Sometimes Heisig has just a good one. I think that was Heisig's. I'm gonna put hard just so I can try it again to that little different, like that little difference, Matt. Like if I were to read it, I would never make that mistake. I would, but writing it, it's you need to be strict like you're writing it. Tune. This one might actually be new because I don't remember it. And it doesn't. I wish this app would like give you like an asterisk because I'm like, hey, you've never seen this before, so don't sit around trying to figure it out. You don't know it, but I might know it. Now, I think if I know it, it has something to do with this Taskmaster, but I just don't. guessing this is new. Which means I can come up with a sentence. And so you're supposed to do this till you like learn 5 new kanji or something. You can set how many kanji a day you're learning. So I believe this is circumference, and this is say. So you have to come up with a story. Actually, where's my... I wish this would ever update. Let me open up my browser. See if I can get to... Now let's see if this looks good. So this site will have all the new kanji. So it's got the pronunciation. Shiraberu. Shirabe Totono. So in the traditional hesig method or Heisig method, whatever, however you pronounce it, you don't actually learn the pronunciation the first time through. You're just like mapping these meanings. Just so it just makes it so like when you go through and learn the words, instead of learning, crazy symbol, you're like, oh, future tune. Sometimes there's neat hints in here. It's like, oh, this means investigate, check up, search. Because like most kanji have more than one meaning. It's like there's lots of like metaphorical meanings. Like you can catch a cold, you can catch a ball. It's the same word. It's like, oh, I didn't have this thing. Now I have this thing, and I'm holding on to it. But it's like very different meaning in like how you would think about it, but like it makes sense metaphorically. So yeah, circumference, lap is sort of how this is understood. The part on the right, and then say. Word plus circumference. Now, a tune is like a song that is kind of not like you wouldn't. I guess I would say like a motif in a song is a tune. Like I much more would. I'd be much more. Oh, you can also see the stroke order, which is kind of nice. Though once you like know like the stroke order for this left one, it's just like always going to be the same. Oh yeah, that's much faster. I don't really sweat the stroke order too much. It definitely helps, but and usually when I write this, I'm not writing on my computer. I'm writing on a pad of paper, so it looks nicer. But I'm not gonna Not gonna split the small stuff with mouse on. Trying to be fast. Okay, anyway. Tune. And you can use these individual kanji, like this is mouth and this is soil. So you can like say, oh, there's soil, the mouth under the cliff is singing a tune, is saying a tune, because it's gonna, run out of breath and die. But you typically like to go, oh, this whole section on the right means circumference or lap. Use that, because then you can just go, okay, say circumference, like you say the story, like, okay, so I need the word say in circumference. Okay, I know, say what's circumference again, and then you can sort of just like get to it that way. It's like there's the least amount to remember to learn for each new one. So yeah. Anyway, I need to come up with a story for this. And we're running out of time. When I write my stories, I try to put only capitalize the words that are radicals. So, or the word that represents the radical. Oh, is this words? Not say. Oh, yeah. Okay, the 4 lines is say. Your mouth says words. Okay. The words don't capitalize. Oh, and I sometimes it's better to like say like tune is the words. Just that way tune is the first thing in the sentence. Tune is the words you say repeatedly like a lap. Along to music. Tune is a word. A tune is a thing that involves words that you say over and over. Like a chorus is, you're just repeating the same thing. A lap is you're repeating the same. Driving. It's something like that. Like in your brain, you're like, tune is words that tune words lap. Like that's all you really need. This sentence is just like a way to ground it. Did I close Anki? I'm okay. Just that. Okay. So I didn't know that. I'm gonna put again. Don't remember this one. Oh, it's another new one. But we are at the 30-minute mark, and I do have other stuff I have to do today. So I'll come up with a story for this. So what's this? Say, there's no like good story I can come up with this. This is all right. Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream here. yeah, thanks for watching. I'll try to do this more often. I usually like do it while I'm like watching a show or something, like during the commercials. It's just easy to get, a couple minutes in here and there. But as you can see, I'm pretty far behind, so I've not been doing it enough. So I should just do it more actively. But yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll maybe try this again, and let me know in the comments if there's a better way you think I could be doing this. This is more of a thing you'd like to see. I might come up with I was thinking of making a separate YouTube channel where I just start from the beginning and just like explain all my stories. More like instructional, whereas this is maintenance. But we'll see. So yeah, let me know in the comments if that's something you're into. Not that anyone who clicks on this video randomly is going to be watching all the way to the end, but you can